Good morning. Welcome back to the Mountain Morning Show. I am here with Beth Armstrong. I know your name. Executive Director of the People's Health Clinic. Thank you so much for coming in.
Good morning.
We're so glad to have you here this morning. Let's continue to talk about health. We just talked about mental health. It's Mental Health Awareness Month. But let's talk about overall health in general, especially the People's Health Clinic, what you guys are doing there.
So just for people who don't know, and I always, it always amazes me when I go into a room how many people still don't know what we do, who we are, and where we are. So
Please
I'm going to
yes.
tell you that part. We provide health care for the uninsured in Summit and Wasatch County. And that means if you have no form of insurance. So a lot of people have insurance, but they have very high deductibles. We consider them underinsured, and unfortunately we can't see them. You come in, and if you tell us you have no insurance and that you live in either county, then we see you at no cost at the clinic. And we provide everything from diabetes, pre-diabetes care, hypertension, so chronic diseases, as well as just well visits. If you want to come and have your annual checkup, we'll bring you in and see you for that, and draw some blood and test you and make sure, kind of get a baseline on you, so that if you do start feeling bad, you're already our patient, and if you make us your health home, then we're able to care for you better.
Right.
So
and you service so many people in this community.
We do. We have a lot of your restaurant workers, a lot of the people who work in the hospitality industry, anyone that works less than 30 hours at one of the hotels, some of the department stores, Walmart, they cover them, they don't cover them unless they're full-time. And many of these people are only working part-time at 2 or 3 jobs, but not full-time at any one job.
Right.
So we found that 83% of our patients are employed with at least one job, many of those with 2 or 3 jobs. So, 93% of our patients. So almost 100% of our patients work at least at one job.
So they're working full time, if not more, just not at the same place.
Many of them work more than full time.
I'm sure you're very grateful for what you do.
Yes.
Let's talk a little bit about the Heber Clinic and how that is doing. It's been up and running now for a couple months.
It is,
right?
Since last February, well, this past February.
Yes.
And we're now, we see the OB patients. We'd like to expand that to more patient visits. So if you're in Heber and you don't want to make the drive in to see a physician at People's Health Clinic, then you go to make an appointment. You still call us at 435-333-1850. But if you're in Heber, then we'll ask you if you want to be seen at the Heber Clinic or at the Park City Clinic. And we would really love if we could find a Heber resident to volunteer. Doesn't necessarily have to have any medical experience, but just someone would be ideal as if they were bilingual and spoke Spanish, and that way they could assist us in checking patients in and out, because we are a nonprofit that really relies on our volunteers. We have over 150 volunteers at People's Health Clinic. Obviously, some come once a year and some come, once a week. So we have a few that come 2 or 3 times a week, which
that's amazing.
It's amazing. For some of our volunteers, they're really truly working, part-time, almost a full-time job, and they are just giving up their time because they believe in our mission. They want to continue to do what they did prior to retiring or moving to Park City. So that's another service, sort of a small side service that we provide, as people who've spent 10 years sometimes going to school to be whatever their vocation is, and then they do it for 20 or 30 years and retire. We're allowing them to continue to use that education.
Absolutely. And I had a question about the Heber Clinic, because it's only at this moment Monday.
It is.
For a part of the day. What are the hours? And are you looking to expand, and will that expansion come with volunteers?
So we are currently open in Heber 9 to 12 in the morning. And as the need grows, so if we can't see all the patients that want to be seen in Heber, then of course we'll expand it. Right now we're using People's Health Clinic staff, so 2 of our staff members go over. But it makes more sense. We're seeing 10 people in that time. So Dr. Cook, who's the OBGYN at Heber Hospital, as well as the new OBGYN, Dr. Longernecker. And so they're both seeing patients on Monday mornings at the People's Health Clinic in Heber.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
All right, now you have an event coming up in June called
do.
Walk and Wine. Can
Walk
we
and
talk
Wine
about
for
that?
Women's Health, and this will be our third annual Walk and Wine. And we started it, it was actually my first event whenever I came to People's Health Clinic. And it's just at 10 o'clock on a Sunday morning, we start registering ladies to go and take a nice long hike on the mountain, and then everybody comes into the Stein Eriksen Lodge. We have a fabulous lunch, and then we have a speaker that will talk about whatever they choose to speak about. This year it's Shannon Barkey.
Okay.
And it's usually related, it's all circled around women's health. And so men are welcome to come, and every year we have every year we have a couple of men. Actually, my husband comes and volunteers registering, checking the women in.
Sure.
He loves that. He says the odds are in his favor. 350 women and him. So he thinks it's a great odds. So men are welcome, and we do have a few that attend. So if you want to hear more about women's health issues and how you can help, it's a great event. But it really is a very empowering day for women. We put our tickets on sale yesterday, so May 1 they went on sale, and it's 350 women is how many we can accommodate, and we have about 20 seats left.
Wow.
So
that's
if you're,
fantastic.
it is fantastic. It's a great problem to have. So we were last night we had a board meeting and spoke about, that we will obviously there will be people who want to come who we just won't have room to accommodate in the sort of lunch portion.
Sure.
But what we were thinking was that we would just, anyone that wanted to come, we could come and register them, and they could hike on the mountain. We couldn't accommodate them for lunch, but we would like anyone that wants to come and have that girl power and get out on the mountain with us.
Only 20 seats left, and it's June 24th. Is that
yes,
right?
ma'am. June 24th.
Okay.
It's a Sunday. We start registering at 10 o'clock, and usually it goes to about 2 o'clock because we'll come in, there's a lot of chatting, and we have to get the ladies in. We give them lunch, and then we have the presentation.
It's a beautiful hike up in that area. So how
So
long is the
nice.
hike for? A couple hours? And then
There's
stop again?
several different choices. So the more aggressive hikers can do the full loop.
That's a great idea.
Which is, depending on how fast you hike, it could be anywhere from maybe an hour to an hour and 15 minutes, hour and 30 minutes. There's also the option of riding the lift up and just walking down. So if you're not, into an aggressive hike, especially on a Sunday,
why not?
but you want to come out and be with the ladies, then you can ride the lift up, or you can hike up and ride the lift down.
That sounds
so
great.
many choices.
Yeah, that's fantastic that you offer so many options.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for coming on and letting us know what's going on. We appreciate that.
Oh, thank you.
And congratulations on doing so well with your event, the Walk
Thank
and
you.
Wine. And also, men can walk and wine.
Yes,
men know how to
can.
walk and they enjoy wine.
And we
so.
love to be supported by our
And y'all
men.
have wives and mothers and probably
Yeah.
daughters.
I
so-
think it makes a great Mother's Day gift.
All right,
So
wonderful.
if you want to go on to peopleshealthclinic.org, there's a sign up button on there, but I'd maybe go this morning.
That's right. Do it before it's too late. Beth
Yeah.
Armstrong with People's Health Clinic. Thank you so
nice.
much for coming
Thank
on. Always
you.
informative, always fun to talk to you.
Great.
Don't go away. There's a lot more to come on the Mountain Morning Show.